If you're considering getting online with 5G broadband, you might be wondering what the best way to do this is. In this video, we've looked at the best 5G router deals in the UK at the moment. We've looked at bundled 5G router and SIM plans from the UK's major mobile networks, as well as your options if you want to buy a 5G router and pair it with a SIM card yourself. Before we begin, click the first link in the description for a complete summary of the deals we've talked about in this video. Be sure to use the links on this page to ensure you get the best possible price on these 5G router deals. The 3 5G Hub is the most popular 5G router in the UK at the moment, and for good reason. First of all, it's very reasonably priced. Depending on the current offer, you'll only pay about £20 to £24 per month for this 5G router. This includes an unlimited data SIM, as well as everything else you need to get online. 3's 5G coverage is pretty good in the UK, but before you buy, you'll have to put your postcode into their coverage checker to ensure that their 5G signal is good enough at your address. We tested this 5G router and found its speeds to be very good, offering download speeds of more than 700 megabits per second at its peak. This router also performed very well for us over Wi-Fi and was easy to set up. It arrived in the mail one business day after ordering. However, we did spend a bit of time figuring out the best position to put it in to get the best download speeds. Read our full review of the 3 5G Hub, linked in the description below, to learn more about this 5G router, including its specs. Overall, we highly recommend the 3 5G Hub if you're looking for a 5G broadband deal. 3 even offers a 30-day money-back guarantee in case you get the router and your speeds aren't as good as you'd like. Like 3, EE also sells a 5G router bundled with an unlimited data SIM. This 5G router is currently a Zyxel NR5103, which is actually the same router that 3 sells, although this may have changed by the time you're watching this video. EE's 5G router performs really well, and they have similar 5G coverage to 3 at the moment, which is to say, it's very good. However, EE's 5G router deals are much more expensive than 3's. The monthly prices are currently twice as high, and you'll have to pay an upfront cost, which you don't have to with 3. The only real reason you might choose EE is if you don't have 3 5G coverage at your address. If you think that the EE 5G Hub is too expensive, you might like to consider using the 3 4G Hub instead. This is a 4G router that 3 sells, that currently offers download speeds of about 30 to 40 megabits per second on average. To learn more about the 3 4G Hub, read our review of this device, which we've linked to in the description. 3 and EE offer very similar 5G router deals, except when it comes to pricing. But what about the UK's other 2 major mobile networks? As of the time of recording, Vodafone sells a 4G router called the GigaCube. They used to sell a 5G GigaCube, but this is only available for business customers at the moment. O2 doesn't sell 5G routers, but they do sell a 5G mobile Wi-Fi device. These mobile Wi-Fi devices have a battery, meaning that they're completely portable. Read our Wi-Fi guide, which we've linked to in the description, to learn more about mobile Wi-Fi. Instead of buying a 5G router from 3 or EE, you can buy your own 5G router and bundle it with a SIM card. The benefit of doing this is you can avoid locking into a contract with a certain mobile network, assuming you can find a reasonably priced pay-as-you-go SIM plan. You can also choose the 5G router and SIM card you want, giving you a lot of flexibility. However, buying these 2 things separately is a bit more hassle, and you'll need to fork over quite a lot of money initially for the 5G router. If you buy a 5G broadband deal like what 3 offers, you're guaranteed good download speeds, or you'll be able to return the device. You can also access 3's customer support team in case you ever need it. If you do decide to buy these 2 things separately, Amazon is a good place to find a 5G router. You could consider models such as the Huawei 5G CPE Pro 2, ZTE MC801A, or the Zyxel NR5101. Just remember, you can expect to pay at least £250 for a 5G router on its own, as opposed to paying £20 to £25 per month for a bundled 5G broadband deal. Now that you've chosen a 5G router, you'll need to find a data SIM plan to pair it with. We've assumed in this section that you're probably going to want an unlimited data SIM. While you might be able to get away with a 100 to 200 GB monthly data limit, especially if you don't get online that much, we think it's normally better to have an unlimited data plan for peace of mind, especially since they don't normally cost that much more. When choosing a SIM plan, the first thing to do is go to each major mobile network's coverage checker and put in your postcode. Using these coverage checkers, you'll be able to immediately exclude networks that don't offer good 5G signal at your address. Once you've found which networks offer the best signal, The next thing to do is see which providers offer the best prices. Here are some of the networks that generally offer unlimited 5G data SIM plans for a reasonable price. 3, Smarty, which uses 3, ID Mobile, which also uses 3, and EE, although they're typically more expensive. Of these options, Smarty is a great choice if you have 3 5G coverage where you live. EE is also a good choice, although they're normally much more expensive. In the majority of cases, if you're looking to get started with 5G broadband, we recommend checking out the 3 5G Hub. By buying this bundle, you're able to get online easily without having to match up a 5G router and a SIM plan. Plus, if the speeds aren't good enough, 3 makes it really easy to return the router for a full refund. To learn more about all of the options we've looked at in this video, read our 5G router deals guide, which is the first link in the description below. And if you have any questions about choosing a 5G broadband deal, leave us a comment below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.